So today on the program, we'll be looking at Southwest and the politics of Section 2023. We'll look at all the indices, whether not just on the platform of the APC, we'll look at the PDP as well. What the PDP strategy is going to be in 2023, and the signals that are coming from the north as well. There are people in the north who are already saying that the north will succeed the north. And let me begin from Mr. Theo Adebowale. Like I said at the beginning of this program, one of the things that featured prominently in the run-up to the 2019 presidential election, especially by those in the Southwest on the platform of the APC, is that power would come to the Southwest if the region voted for Buhari, and of course the region voted for Buhari. Do you see Buhari or the North making good on that promise?
Well, I feel very uncomfortable when people say I want North Odingba. I think this is a question of Nigeria belonging to everybody. If we already have a pattern that
you say, okay, you said pattern, not no law, not an agreement.
It is not a law,
okay.
And everything doesn't have to come as a law. A convention.
There is an unwritten law.
Yeah. It's a practice of the people over time. It's an agreement, seemingly so, that once a southerner has made it, it will be succeeded by a northerner. In the case of the south, it went south, southeast the other time. Next time, it will come to southwest. I don't think this is negotiable. I don't think this requires a debate. I think it is commonsensical to every watcher of the political scenario in Nigeria to know that the next time we are producing executive president of the Federal Republic
should
of
come
Nigeria,
from the Southwest.
That person,
or from the south.
That person will come from southwest Nigeria.
Why not the southeast or the south?
Because the last time it came from the president.
From the south. So why not the southeast? The southeast has never produced a president.
Well, I don't know about that. I don't know about that. All I know is that
because when you say the south,
yes,
you're zeroing in on the southwest.
We know that
there is the
southeast are one block politically, geopolitically. Then southwest, one block. That's how much I have read the political geography of Nigeria. So I expect that those of us who are willing are already warming up, and we will.
You think it's a done deal for the Southwest?
It's a done deal. It's a done deal.
Okay. Let me turn to Mr. Rotimi Ogunleye. I don't know if you share the same confidence as Mr. Adebowale. Now let's look at it. In 2015, when the APC decided to field Muhammadu Buhari as his flag bearer, the PDP at that time went with incumbent President Goodluck Jonathan at the time. In 2023, should the PDP decide to field a northerner, and then the APC picks a southerner, how do you think that is going to play out?
Well, thank you very much. I think that's a very big political question. But don't forget that Nigeria is an indivisible country that has come a long way with a political pattern that has worked for us. That political pattern, or convention or written law, as it were, has been able to sustain political conviviality, and we have seen peace, we have seen relationship in the system. So if we have a system or a pattern that has worked over time, there is tendency that the political stakeholders across board in all the 6 geopolitical zones in Nigeria would have to come together and agree on it, and that
across party divide?
Yes, across party divide. See,
why didn't that happen in 2015? The APC knew in 2015 that they did not want the presidency.
In 2015,
and it fielded a northerner.
No, it's not about.
So what stops the PDP from fielding a northerner in 2023?
No, Mr. Dimeji, look at the trend of the results. The APC felt that particular convention, that particular unwritten agreement between us, that the presidency should be rotated between and among the north and the south, then knew that it was just politically expedient for presidency to go back to the north. So the Southwest.
So you will blame the PDP for sticking with Jonathan.
The truth of the matter is that
Yar'Adua died, he became president.
PDP.
You're saying the PDP should have denied him the opportunity to recontest?
No, it's not that he should have denied him the opportunity to recontest. He did recontest. He won. He wanted to go for second time in 2015.
And you're saying he did not have that right?
If he had secured second time in 2015, he would have spent 10 years. That ran contrary to that unwritten convention that we are talking about here. So the entire country, the entire nation, wanted political stability and peace. They went for a candidate from the north. And that candidate...
The entire nation or the APC?
The entire nation. Look at the trend of the results. Except where...
The trend of result, was it because they did not want Jonathan? Or because... Let me pose my question.
Okay.
Was it because PDP fielded a southerner or because Jonathan was not doing well at the time?
Two factors. One.
Which one was the greater factor?
No, you can't really... Oh, for example, now in the north.
Because I don't think Nigerians really cared about who became president. I think what is...
No, they do. They understand the fact that without political stability, there can't be economic prosperity. They understand that. They knew then that it was only fair, politically, to let power return to the north. It was a common debate, common knowledge. Now, apart from the fact that the incumbent president then had a lot of corruption cases that it was, like Theo Sani would say, using deodorant to address, the truth of the matter then was that culminating with the demand that the president should go back to the north was the laxity seen in the presidency of Jonathan. So the two factors came together. The north wanted the presidency, that helped their sentiments. The southerners did not see enough performance in area of corruption.
The southerners or the southwest?
The southerners now. The southwest here.
Okay.
Now, in the real election, you will not rule out the fact that this ethnicity sentiment would at a point play out. But the overriding sentiment that would dovetail, that would count down this regional sentiment are the two factors that I painted to you. The first one is the political equitable argument that presidency should go back to the north, and again, the non-performance in the area of corruption and all of that of President Goodluck Jonathan at that time enlisted the conscious southwest electorates and political stakeholders. They know we can't continue with this. Apart from the fact that the president should go back to the north, this one did not measure up to the standards. So
but you didn't really answer my question.
What
I
is
said,
the question?
should the PDP field a northern now? Why is it going to play out?
What I'm telling you is that the
You
stakeholders...
said some people will come together.
No,
you
the truth
think
of the matter...
PDP will work against those strategy?
The truth of the matter is that if PDP feels
A northerner, yes. A strong northerner.
the northerner now that are in APC, that are holding sway, they understand the fact that the nation has a political calculation and unwritten convention that all of us have seemingly subscribed to. That when you do 8 years, the power comes back here. Who want political stability for the country? They understand the political history of this nation, and they have been able to read well.
Just a moment. Just a minute. You
There's
just
a way this thing works.
You just said the northerner in the APC.
Yeah.
Now, I mentioned Oshibajo saying that Buhari handed over to a southwesterner, but then before that, in December 2018, Boss Mustafa, who is the secretary to the government of the Federation, also went to the southeast to campaign, and he promised that he was represented, but the president spoke on his behalf. He said Buhari will hand over to a southeasterner.
It depends on...
Now, this is somebody in Buhari's presidency, a secretary to the government of the Federation, and not just that, he's also a northerner.
Okay. The truth of the matter is this. Don't forget, we are operating in the theater of politics, where political actors would have to address issues the way they come, bearing in mind that election is just...
So you're saying he lied because they wanted votes?
No, that's not correct.
So, but it deceived the people?
No, he didn't.
So what did he do?
What he simply did as a politician, not as a government.
What did he do? Please, enlighten me.
What he simply did was that, if we read the statement very well, that look,
he canvassed their vote.
That's as simple as
to
that.
prepare them to
qualify. Mr. Adebowale, he canvassed their vote. He canvassed their vote to prepare them to qualify in 2023.
Yes.
Now that's what you're saying.
He's a politician.
He's a politician.
He wasn't presenting the position of the government to them
or the party.
He was
canvassing votes.
But you should not forget that he is the SGM. Now, if you're saying that he was preparing them.
Why?
Wait. I'll pose my question.
Okay.
If you say he was preparing them, or he was trying to respond to the agitation in the southeast, that's what I get. Yes. I could glean from what you just said.
You are very correct.
Now, you are saying, in other words, he was not being truthful to these people.
No,
if he was not being truthful to them, what makes you think that the North is being truthful about handing over to the South?
It's not about being truthful.
It's about being what?
In political.
I'm coming to you,
Mr. Dimeji. In political setting, it's just like in the Bible. When you have somebody that has committed offense, when Jesus Christ came into the scene, he did not say leave, let her go free of charge. He was actually looking at what kind of politics we can bring into this matter, and there will be justice to the two parties. He looked down and he raised up his head and said, whosoever that has not committed sin, let that person throw the first stone.
I don't think that applies.
Wait. What I'm saying is this. You won't say that Jesus Christ did allow a sinner to go scot-free. You won't say that he's trying to play politics.
That's a different ballgame.
No, I'm coming.
Jesus Christ.
I'm coming.
Mr. Rotimi.
Let me land.
Jesus Christ was not playing politics. He was trying to temper. How do you call it?
He was trying to temper justice
with mercy.
Okay,
that's a different ballgame.
No, thank you very much. He was trying to temper justice with mercy.
And he was trying to make everybody, every of our accusers, to see it.
He was trying to make every accuser to see it.
To see it. The need to forgive.
What the SGF did
was trying to do what?
Was just to try to let the Southeasterners see that, look, in the politics of this country,
yes,
if you want anything from this system, get prepared, go and vote, let's see what we are going to deliver, then it can be yours.
It was definitive by saying they will hand over. Let me turn to Mr. Alabi. I asked him a question. You're a member of the PDP.
Yes.
He didn't really answer the question. I said, should the PDP decide to feed a northerner? Because I know the PDP is also thinking, and the PDP is also doing its own calculation of what is likely to happen in 2023. And being out in the cold for how many years now, the PDP definitely wants to get back to power. What do you think is going to play out? What's the PDP's best move in 2023?
Well, thank you very much. We see in the last election that PDP came up with a northerner after the previous election of 2015, where we featured a southerner for a second time in office, and the will of the people came to pass.
It didn't work for PDP.
It didn't work for PDP. And PDP went back on the planning board and came up with a northerner. And this time we will see the pattern of the election, that the election was warmly won in all the regions of the south by the PDP. And
excluding the southwest.
At least we won some places in the southwest.
We won Ondo and Oyo.
We won Oyo, and it was a good outing for us in the south west.
Southeast and south.
Yeah. Now the 2023 election is going to come out more or less the same way, because at the end of the day, the PDP may be featuring another northerner in the 2023 election, because, however, we believe that
more votes come from the north.
Yes, the mandate that have been given to the PDP, even though it was manipulated in the last election, we believe will be retrieved. If it is retrieved,
let's talk about that on this program. Is at the tribunal.
Yeah. The area I want to talk about is
that would be pretty
the area I want to talk about now is that in Nigeria there is the north and there is the south. And there are 3 regions of each of these parts of Nigeria. In the south, we have the southeast, we have the southwest, and the south-south. Same north central, northeast, and the northwest. We will realize in the last campaign, when Oshibajo was in the southwest, where he promised that the presidency will rotate to the southwest in 2023, and another fellow went to the southeast, we will see it more or less like a casual. My brother was talking about being...
You're saying the APC was just trying to win votes at all costs?
At all costs. Waiving all factors, waiving integrity, waiving all standards to tell lies to the people. We will give in the southeast, and when they get to the southwest, we will give in the southwest. And after the election, we will discover that Baba Chirilawa come out publicly to say that there is no agreement anywhere that says that.
He said, what makes you think that North Central cannot do it?
Yes.
I read that interview.
Now, if we look at what is happening in the National Assembly, in the fight for leadership of the National
And that's another APC stalwart.
Yes.
Booted out from Buhari's presidency.
Yes. Also, the governor of Kaduna State, Nasir El-Rufai, has also publicly said it, that there is no agreement anywhere.
And that's an ambitious man.
He's
an ambitious
yes, an ambitious man. And you will note that when the president was sick and was out of town, and there was this rumor that the president had died, and a lot of people were already pinpointing that Nasir El-Rufai was going to take over the government. Not even talking about the vice president now. A lot of politicking were going on then. But we will see what is happening in the National Assembly, the fight for the seat of the leadership of the National Assembly, where some youths in the north have come out to say there are 6 regions of Nigeria. Now, the president is now from the northwest. The vice president is from the southwest. The speaker, the Senate president, the deputy speaker, the deputy Senate president should come from the other 4 regions. That is the southeast, the south-south, the northwest, the northeast and the north central. If you look at the politics of Nigeria that way, we will see that they are telling the southwest, they are telling us lies. That this thing, ordinarily, if it's to be rotated, maybe the southeast should be just clean for it by 2023. But I want to tell you, you see the kind of politics we play in Nigeria. Vis-a-vis working with the Northerners. You discover that the Northerners are not easy to let go of power. Go and mark my word. By 2023, both APC and PDP will feature candidates from the North. And at that time, the Southwest will realize that we have been used. And that is exactly what is happening each time. We have been duped. That is the word. We have been duped. And the earlier, the better we come to the reality. That this euphoria of governance that they are still enjoying today may not be available to us at that time. As I speak today, there are already workings of the Northerners on how they are going to manipulate to present another candidate.
Let me come back to the political scientist, Mr. Adebowale. Now, if you look at the North, when it comes to politics, they just find a way around it, though there are so many ethnic groups in the North, just as in the South. But in terms of political cohesion, Southwestern presidency, how do you think is going to pan out in a southern region where the Southeast and the South-South are seeing something entirely different? Mr. Adebowale.
Well, like you said, the pattern has been there. The agitation is the same pattern. Every time an election is coming up, you find gladiators coming up with different proposals, different jokers, and at the end of the day, something prevails. Number one, the second term of President Muhammad Buhari is yet to begin. So he has 4 years to run.
Politicians don't think like that.
Yes, they don't have to think like that. The system has a way. of stabilizing itself.
Just in others.
Everybody has that inalienable right to agitate, to make proposals, to have fantasies, to make projections. For the survival of the system, a pattern emerges. That pattern has already emerged.
What's that pattern?
The pattern is that next time, that is after President Muhammad Buhari, the thing comes back, presidency comes back to the south. And I am sure.
What part of the south?
It will come to southwest Nigeria.
I love your confidence.
I am so certain about it. Mark my word, it will come to southwest. And the next president will come from southwest Nigeria. Mark my word.
Okay. Okay. Let me turn to Mr. Rotimi Ogunleye. One of the northern leaders, who's of course one of the opinion shapers in the north, that I'm talking about, Shetima Yarima.
Okay.
Let me quickly read to you what he said. Buhari's administration has not really benefited enough because we are yet to see meaningful development. What most northerners know is that they have a brother who is the president, but that has not translated to anything meaningful to those down there. Most of those who are supposed to spearhead the execution of landmark projects in these administrations are from the southwest. As far as we are concerned, President Buhari's administration is a government of the southwest because almost all the goodies were given to them.
Wow.
Yeah, he said so. He also said you can rest assured that it will definitely happen. The North will present a president after Buhari. Let me read further. I'm a leader and an opinion shaper in the North, and when I tell you we are considering supporting Northern presidency in 2023, you better believe it, because it is not just my personal opinion. The North has not benefited anything from Buhari's presidency because many northern states are still impoverished and underdeveloped. The rate of poverty in the North has become worse than it was in 2015. We cannot beat our chest and say that this government has favored the North. The first 4 years of Buhari was a waste, and we cannot expect any magic to happen in a second tenure. It is not possible. Already some Southwesterners are raising their eggs to claim that it is their turn in 2023. But for us in the North, we will plead with the South to bear with us for another 12 years because we need to feel the impact of governance. In 2023, we will ensure that we present a credible Northern son to contest, and we will also expect the Southern people to have the understanding of why they should support us. That's coming from Shetima, Arewa Consultative Forum. Now, what's your take on this?
Thank you very much. Shetima, what?
Do you think that's the general thinking in the North?
That couldn't have been general thinking in the North. When a politician speaks...
So you're saying if a Northerner is presented, the Northerners will not vote for?
It depends, I'm coming. When a politician talks, there could be 101 interests behind the statement. The interest you might not even be able to pinpoint one. He's talking from a particular interest platform, which of course we cannot really discern now. Like he said the other time, after one election, you will see so many proposals on the table. Like I will say, let President Buhari constitute his cabinet, then you will know where the mind of that government is going, then you will know where the next politics will go. See, the next presidential election, just like you have in this one, candidates, interests, and party politics will play a major role. If you, we are going to that point when the kind of candidate you throw up at the national level will determine the volume of vote you get at some areas. For example, I have people who voted for President Buhari's second term just because they understand the fact that Vice President Osibajo would have a much more and better chance and better say in the second term when the cabinet are constituted. Some believe that, okay, if the whole thing is true now, it might be considered. Some felt that President Buhari has built a lot of trust in him, and so there are so many factors that will play out. It depends on the candidate now. Like I said, it depends on the stakeholders. Along the line, there's a way the system works out, and things will just normalize. Just as you have different proposals, different interest group coming up, warming up, speaking brimstone and fire, that it will not come to Southwest, it will not come to this and that, but this is politics. Like I tell you, there are some people that they will look at the way things are going. You understand what I'm saying? They know that if you do this, this system is at risk. of crisis. Why don't we do this part? So the system has also adjuster that will regulate all these things you are looking at. They represent a particular interest platform. Don't be surprised that in 2022, this same person might come out and grant another interview and say, for the stability of this country, let this thing go back to Southwest. Let so be so.
Southwest or the South.
He might be the first person that will
say
champion
Southwest.
the Southwest cause.
Okay, let me turn to Mr.
Whatever this flowery statement. That
Let me turn to Mr. Alabi. He
This
just said, Mr. Ogunleye just said, you knew what he was talking about. Is that true?
He's a politician.
And what's your take on Shetima's statement?
You understand what I'm saying? He's a politician.
The comments of Shetima is just the normal way and a northerner will reason as it has to do with politics. And I tell you, like I was explaining earlier, because of the volume of votes that come from the north, these people are so confident that even without the support of the south,
they just need one geopolitical zone in the south.
Yes.
And it could be any
It
could be any zone.
It is more than that. It is more than the way you are looking at it.
You see, what they simply need is 25% of the total votes cast. And once they are able to pull this anyhow from each of the geopolitical zones, they are good to be to be the next president. But what he has said may not totally be true. Why? Because if he says that President Buhari is there, they just know he's the president, but they are not their brother.
They are not enjoying their brother.
I have sat down over time to look at the situation of this country, and that is one of the reasons why I said there was no need to support Osinbajo for a second term. Now, Osinbajo, while the president was away, made an appointment of the DSS director. And by the time the president came back, it was overturned.
He didn't make an appointment. It was just the most senior,
the most senior person.
That was not an appointment.
It was not an appointment.
It just followed the service rule.
Yes. Why was the service rule not followed to letter when the president arrived? Why did they have to cancel the nomination that he did and having sworn the person in? They were not comfortable with that person, and especially because the person was from the south.
That was a thought. That was a thought. You don't actually know what actually happened.
Yeah, from Bayelsa. That was exactly what happened.
It couldn't have been exactly what happened.
And that is.
But then the president reserves the right to appoint anybody, even
he reserves the right to appoint. But
it does not have to be the most senior.
The federal character must be followed, which we have seen that this present government has clearly deviated from. If you look at all the security apparatus of this nation today, the way it is today, you see that there's nothing to reflect the federal character there. So I don't believe all this thing that
the first staff is a Yoruba man.
Yes. Maybe aside.
He's an Ekiti man.
I think you should have taken cognizance.
Mr. Adebowale.
Whenever the president, two or more times the president was going abroad, he handed over to the vice president, which was a novelty in the presidency of Nigeria. You should have taken that into consideration while you are making your analysis.
Yes.
What I'm saying in essence is that it is not sufficient for us to take one or two incidents and come to the generalization that this should be the template that they are following. And I want to assure you that it happened before in Nigeria. There was a time when all of them were running over themselves. They wanted the president to come from their zone. Eventually, the two political parties, major political parties, they presented candidates from that one.
You're talking about 1999. That's a different ballgame, Mr. Adebowale.
Again,
the issues in the polity were different at the time.
1999 and 2007.
Yes.
Many of us knew then, and we still remember now, that we complained that the man from Southwest, who was president, was doing nothing in the South. He was not doing anything in the Southwest.
Yes.
That he was favoring the North. And at the end of the day, the convention still prevail.
Yeah.
So that
It was so then. It was so
Mr.
then.
Alabi.
Hello, one after.
Mr. Alabi, it's even very simple here.
Yeah.
It's very simple here. Look at 2011. Alaji Atiku Abubakar contested against what is it called? President Goodluck Jonathan. That one won in the primary. Then he has to face another in general election.
Yes.
Goodluck Jonathan won even in the north.
Yes.
President Buhari contested there.
Yes. Yes.
Yet President Jonathan won. It was the southerner versus the northerner.
In 2011, you're talking about
Yes.
Ribadu and Goodluck Jonathan.
Yes.
That's what you're talking about.
In 2011, President Buhari was there. President Buhari,
As a candidate.
Ribadu, and
Yeah,
the candidate was
Buhari
there.
Ribadu was
on the
there.
platform of CPC.
Yes.
And Ribadu was there on the platform of ACN.
Yes.
And then Jonathan in PDP. Jonathan is a Christian. The two of them Muslim. The two
Mr.
of them
Rotimi Ogunleye, that's
You
just,
would no,
that,
what-
that's just an easy argument. Let me quickly bust your bubble.
Okay, please.
Now, you're talking about CPC and ACN. These were parties at the time that did not have national spread. You can't compare that with PDP and
the
APC as it is now.
yes.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much. That's why I said, allow the president to form his cabinet and look at the tone of politics within the next 2-3 years. Do you know? Let me ask you a question. Let me pose the question.
I'm
to
the
you.
one asking the question.
No, I'm coming. I'm
I'm
coming.
the one
I
asking.
want to pose the question to you.
You
now.
can't do that. You can't
Do
do
you know
that.
what will happen to PDP? Do you know what will happen to PDP in the next 6 months?
You can't do that.
Do you know maybe the party
Yes.
will
Mr. Ogunleye, you
Yes,
can't do
I will
that.
answer that.
You
I will
can't.
answer that.
No, don't even bother doing that. I'm the one asking the question. This is my program. Let me come back to Mr. Adebowale. You're a member of the APC. Let's look at the names that have been mentioned within your party. There was a time that the Afenifere said that why can't we have somebody from Ekiti State? Why not fire me, the incumbent governor? We've heard that. I also read an interview by Tanko Yakazai saying that Buhari would likely hand over to Shibajo or Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu in 2023. If you look at all the names that have been touted, what's your take on all these names? Let me begin from Mr. Adebowale.
Well, you see the pattern of that prominent Afenifere faction that we're talking about. Any gold they touched turned to ashes. So once they have shown public interest, I am telling
it's
you,
Afenifere Renewal Group.
Afenifere,
Or which of the Afenifere do you think
the
I'm talking about?
one that would
the brand that started the name of
that was shouting. you know they worked so well, so as it was late for Goodluck Jonathan. They even threatened.
That's not the same Afenifere. I don't think.
Okay, it is the same Afenifere.
They
As
took
far
him
as
to
I
all the
understand.
kings in Southwest.
And
There's Afenifere Renewal Group and there's Afenifere.
the Afenifere that you are talking about that started touting a candidate or one aspirant who has not declared his ambition. Once they have touched,
Who perhaps they don't even discuss with them.
but once they have touched an aspirant,
But they have a right to say that.
I am not
Why can't
questioning
the
their right.
presidential-
I'm not-
Why
I'm not-
can't a presidential candidate come from Ondo or Ekiti?
No, that's not what we're saying.
No, that's not what we are saying.
No,
That's not what we are saying. What we are saying is that it is not the prerogative of that group that has called itself or has used the garb of Afenifere to predict or project or prophesy who will be president. Then other people are saying that maybe with this person or this person. I don't want to be specific because I don't want it to fall into the same error as the Afenifere you are talking about. But when you are talking about political strategy in Nigeria, in APC, and in general politics of Nigeria, we know who the masters are. We know the real strategists. We know the mini strategists and pretenders.
Yes, not these early morning noisemakers.
The real strategists won't come out this early to tell us
to make noise.
who will make it in 2023. But we know them.
You say it's too early.
It is too early.
It is.
Because certain factors will have to play up. When they have played up, the master will show up. And we will know that. We will know who he is.
Mr. Alabi Johnson.
I may not through that line of thoughts because the Yoruba adage would say, "Àárọ̀ la máa ń sán ìmọ̀ gbígbẹ."
Ojú tó bá máa bá ní kalẹ̀.
Ojú tó bá máa bá ní kalẹ̀, ìtàrán ṣe pé. Now, politics, just like you rightly mentioned before, kicks off immediately after election. You begin to prepare for the next
political
election.
talks are already strategizing for
So
2023.
people,
They are working
you
seriously.
see, that is one of the problems we have been having
In the
and that
Southwest.
we always have in the Southwest because we want to wait
Too
till the
lethargic.
dying minute before we jump into the politics.
It appears you got me wrong. Just give me a
Oh,
moment.
we'll come back to you. Let him make his point, Mr. Adebowale.
No, not just
Mr. Adebowale.
Let me chip in this.
Okay.
Let me chip in this.
Okay.
Preparing
Yes.
is different from announcing.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes. Now the Northerners immediately after election, you will see them begin to jostle around, and I tell you, they are making real impact. But what I have been saying that none of my brothers here have been commenting on is that there are 6 geopolitical zones in this nation,
Okay.
and 3 per zone, as in the north and the south. If OBJ was the president and from the southwest in 1999 to 2007, and another southerner took over from
South.
yes, from south, and now if it is coming, though if it comes to the southwest, we all will benefit. I love it. But if we want to be sincere with ourselves, the southeast should be jostling so much for
No,
it.
you are not
And I mean the north central and the northeast also will be jostling for it. And if all these things, were to work well, if there is an alliance between the northeast and the northwest, because the volume of votes is in the northwest, so if they will go into alliance, then definitely anybody they produce from the northeast will win the election. But I am not seeing these people relinquishing power in 2023. The game they are playing now, which some of them are already voicing out one after the other, you may think it's a child's play.
You think they are testing waters with their
Yeah, they are
Yes.
testing waters, and they
Yeah.
want to see what the people will do.
Yeah.
And when they get along and they see that there is no real contention about all this
From the south.
then they begin to move. And I tell you, I said it earlier on, in 2023, APC will, if they venture picked anybody from the south, either southwest, southeast, or south, you will discover that the same northerner will go and conspire and will bring another national party that will have another national spread against APC to produce another candidate for the presidency in 2023.
Mr. Rotimi,
Because these people will
yes.
never let go.
Do you think it's possible for them to turn APC into a regional party? A southwest party again?
Mr. Dimeji, election.
I do know
They
that.
call
Yes,
it-
I know,
let's not talk about
You
that.
cannot substitute that.
Mr. Rotimi, please go ahead.
Uh-huh.
The court will decide that.
Yes.
So he cannot deliver. Are you getting it? And despite all of this, he can't root out the incumbent from the north. What I'm saying here is this. Politics is beyond the way he has screamed it. If the southeast thought that in the dense arrangement in APC has gotten the platform, he has gotten the instrument of power, he has gotten all it takes to, again, install another presidency in 2023, they play their card very well. Southeast should have positioned themselves in such a way that they could be in the reckoning of consideration. They did not look at the side of APC. They wholeheartedly, unilaterally as a region, went with the PDP. So for them to come and make stake in APC for the presidency will be a bit tasking. That's why they are not even confident enough to make a demand. This is politics. It's not a family issue. So if you are talking of 2023, like I said, it depends on the political arrangement and the candidate that are going to bring forth. It does not stop at the fact that they are presenting other candidates as well because it's another candidate, he will win. Just go and see that. No, there are so many other candidates that you present that somebody from Igbo land will defeat in their backyard.
Okay, let me turn to Mr.
That's the way
Adebowale.
it is.
He just said that the North is testing waters, and you agreed.
Oh,
What do
sure.
you think the South should be doing at this time?
Well, I I think the South should not
To
only
cancel that.
should not only be responding. I think teams, I think interests, I think future candidates should start responding.
Is that not what or some Yoruba leaders did by saying that?
No.
Why can't a presidential candidate come from Ekiti?
Yeah, but well, that is projecting
Mr.
Ekiti.
No,
Ekiti.
Mr. Theo, what
Yes.
they are trying to do, what they are trying to do, what some people with political strategies what they are trying to do, is to steer the
waters.
debate of discord between the Southwest and Southwest, between a power block and another power block in Southwest, supposedly, and steer another, water of crisis between the Southeast and Southwest. The statement is tailored at achieving something. A very good strategy at this time will not take his eyes off the goal. When you see distractions and you are contended with it, you will lose the ball. So we don't need to go and argue with one Chekina and all.
Yeah, what I believe is that
They just want to create crisis.
The
That's what
real
they're trying to do.
strategists are already at work.
Okay.
At the appropriate time, they will be.
We hear their voice.
It is some people will come out too early. When they come out too soon, they expire. Their ambition expire
Too soon.
But the real masters, they know how to measure the time, the tide.
Yes.
The political temperature.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
And they will
What
respond
Appropriately. These are early night noisemakers.
What I have discovered, in the whole scenario now is that in the politics of the Southwest, you discover that there is no cohesion.
I was about asking that. I will still pose that question.
Yes.
How the APC in the Southwest is going to succeed in trying to pick a candidate?
Yeah.
Because the way I see it, I was about asking whether you see the APC as being politically cemented enough.
They are not, because they are, out of the 6 states in the Southwest, PDP has succeeded in claiming 3. And the other 3, there will be elections in Ondo State by next year. And
PDP has not succeeded in claiming.
Claim 3.
yes,
Only on your state.
we have claimed 3.
One.
We have claimed 2, and we are working on the 3rd one.
No, you've claimed one.
We have claimed Oyo State. We have claimed Osun State. As it stands today,
No.
the tribunal has ruled in the case of
No.
Osun.
Oyetola has appealed that. So
Yeah.
as it is today, the status quo is that Oyetola is the governor. Let's get into that.
Yes, I want to say.
You have only
one in Oyo.
I want to say that in the last election, immediate election, the PDP has won 3 states, and that is Osun and Ondo, and Oyo. That is clear enough.
Presidential election.
In the presidential election, we won 3.
Okay.
So then Ogun State.
Another election you lost on.
In the presidential election, you won in only Oyo and Ondo. Please don't let's confuse.
Now another party has also taken over in Ogun State. So
which party is that?
That is
APC.
No. APC is in Ogun State. That's Dapo Abiodun of APC.
Dapo Abiodun.
You can't even hide your hatred for APC.
No.
You are able
Don't confuse the fact. APC is still in Ogun State, and Amos will be handed over to another APC.
What I'm saying is that the man is talking about here.
Are you a tribunal? The way you're reading out your facts.
We are talking about presidential election now.
Presidential election, APC won in Ogun.
Yeah, no.
One in Lagos, one in Ekiti.
No, we didn't win. We didn't win all those. But what I'm trying to point to you is that there is no that cohesion in APC
at all.
to have been able to produce the next president from the Southwest.
That's why I said. Let's look at where governors are
let me ask
going to go
Mr.
in the next 2 years.
Let me ask Mr. What do you think is the best move on the political chessboard for the APC in the Southwest to realize that the ambition, the dream of the 2023 presidency?
Yeah.
What's the best move?
Well, the best has been dictated by the experience of the errant members of APC. Today, it is clear to virtually all of them that of their own they can do nothing. And unless they team up with the popular mandate, with the expectation of their own people, they cannot make it. You know, people who went out and invested in some parties wanting to upturn the arrangement on ground. Most of them came back with regret, and I know that they are repenting. So they are already learning. 2, they will know also that it is in the best interest of their own political career to reverse themselves early enough in order to belong. But beyond that, to look for a very good, sellable candidate. Not just somebody must come from Southwest and you pick any dummy and say that is representing
let's use that
Southwest.
word.
Well,
Mr. Rotimi Ogunleye, what's the best move for the APC in the Southwest?
The best move for the APC in the Southwest is to understand the fact that policies of inclusion wins for any political party. They should, as from now, begin to reorganize the party, begin to cement the factions in the party, and begin to bring together under one same home, house, the different interests within the party. You cannot rule out the fact that different interests will begin to stir up their heads in the political party. The way it is managed is what is causing issue here. In Oyo State, in Ogun State, wherever APC lost election in the last general election that we had.
Also in Ondo State.
In Ondo State, in presidential, in House of Assembly, you ran away. You understand what I'm saying? Right? Yeah. It was the APC against the APC. Especially the undemocratic way the primary election or the party was conducted. We must be fair here. If we can do away with all of this, I'm telling you, less than 10% of the political power that needs to win election is retained in PDP.
Okay, let me turn to the PDP, man, Mr. Alabi Johnson. Yeah. What would be the strategy of the PDP in the Southwest in 2023?
Well, the strategy.
What was the thinking?
The thinking is probably that we are able to acquire more of the state just as we are going.
Leave that to the courts.
Yes. Even when we leave it to the
let the court decide that.
Are you guys planning to buy judgment?
That of Ondo State,
they want to acquire.
Not to be left to the court. We are preparing.
Election is coming up next year,
and we are preparing. Unlike before, when the PDP was divided and where we had 2 houses, it's no more so. You can see that the division in APC in Ondo State as of today will make me know that any day, any time, APC will lose any election in Ondo State. So we are getting set for that.
Are you still the chairman of PDP?
There is no division.
Okay, it's the round table, and this is where we will call it a day. Let me thank my guest, Mr. Theo Adebowale. Thank you very much for coming. Mr. Rotimi Ogunleye, and of course, PDP, the PDP member in the studio, Mr. Alabi Johnson.
My name
is Dimeji, and thank you for being part of the program.
I'm sure he wants to.